to make a summary for chapter 3. So this is everything that is comprises in one single paper to show you what are the importance of the topic discussed in chapter 3, which is shear strength of soil. So what you have already know that chapter 3 is focused on shear strength of soil, and our focus is to find the shear strength parameters. So we have two types of shear strength parameter, which are angle of friction and also cohesion. For angle of friction, we noted by we noted by phi, and then for cohesion, that is symbolized by C. And this is the general understanding about the shear strength parameter, but in terms of analysis, okay, we have two type of analysis. We have two type of analysis, which are total stress analysis and then effective stress analysis. And the total stress analysis, the shear strength parameter, we always note by Cu or Phi. And then for effective stress analysis, we always noted by C dash and Phi dash. So in this chapter, it is depends on what are the shear strength parameter required by the questions, and the analysis will according to that requirement. So in bigger explanation about chapter 3, shear strength of soil, we have one big portion, the theoretical part of shear strength of soil, which we have covered in the class. Quite a lengthy amount of time we use to explain what is shear strength of soil. In order for us to translate the theory into more practical way, and then we need data to analyze for that one. So in chapter 3 introduced three types of different shear strength lab testing that we can do in the lab. Okay, the first one is shear bulk testing, the second one is tri-axis testing, and then the third one is unconfined compression test, or we known as UCT. So the whole chapter here, if you want to reduce in terms of explaining the data using lab testing, okay, we can differentiate into three type of lab testing. So we can differentiate everything based on the lab test. So what you need to know is the drawing. So you can refer from your textbook or refer to the lecture notes. Okay, how to draw the diagram for shear bulk testing, and then okay, what is the diagram for tri-axis test, okay, the arrangement, the setting, the machineries attached to the equipment, and then of course you need to know how to draw or to produce diagram for UCT. And of course for every lab, okay, we have quite a general things that we need to follow. The first one is apparatus use. Then we need to know what is the sample size used for this different testing, because shear bulk test use different size. Tri-axis test also use different size of sample, and then unconfined compression test also use different size of sample. And then you can explain in terms of most common use in laboratory setting. Okay, and some of these testing need a specific sample size ratio. For example, your tri-axis test, okay, you need 1 diameter, and then for the height is 2 times the diameter. So 1 equal to 2 ratio of diameter and height. And then of course you need to know how to assemble the sample, and then assemble the sample to the machineries, and then how you do the testing. Okay, and then in terms of sample, it is important for you to know how to assemble the sample. Okay, some of the sample need to trim, so you know how to trim the sample. Okay, then next is to proceed with the machineries equipment, and from the machine how you collect the data, and then from that one, from the data how to analyze the data, and from the data analyzed, you get the shear strength parameter. So this is one portion which is very much special to triaxial test, okay, because this procedure or this stage is not is not used for other testing. Okay, this is 4 stages that is specifically must be done for triaxial test. Okay, the first one is sample preparation. It depends on your coarse. It depends on your soil grain. For coarse grain soil, the sample preparation is very much different to fine grain soil. And then after the sample has been prepared and then mounted into your cell, the perspex cylinder. So what you need to do next is to do the saturation. Okay, and then after saturation, the next stage will be consolidation. After the consolidation, the last part for triaxial testing is you need to do the shearing. So these 4 stages is only applicable for triaxial test. Okay, rather than shear box and UCT test, both testing is quite direct in terms of the lab procedure. Okay, this is also special for triaxial test. Okay, for shear box and UCT test, you only have one test, but in triaxial test, you have 3 different tests that you can do in the lab. The first one will be UU, which is unconsolidated undrained test. Second one will be CU, that will be consolidated undrained test, and then CD, which is consolidated drain test. Okay, and then the second last part for the summary of this chapter. Okay, you can get from lab data, you can have your own analysis here because we know our objective is to find the shear strength parameter. The objective is very clear. So towards the end, when you analyze the data, make sure you get whatever objective that you already intended to do. So for this one, shear box test, you are doing the deformation, you are doing the shearing test, and then somehow we will calculate the deformation at the same time. So this is for first test, and then you increase the value for normal stress, and then you increase for normal stress. Okay, you get different types of deformation pattern. From this data, you can transfer to this shear uh, shear stress versus normal stress graph, and then you can plot the data. Okay, you have about 3 to 4 plot, and from that point you can use this linear line to show the relationship between shear stress and normal stress. Okay, after you have get this graph, okay, we need to find the parameter of soil. So this will be your phi mu, and then whatever intercept the y-axis, the value will be cohesion value. So that one is for shear box test. Okay, this one is for triaxial test. Okay, instead having that line, okay, what you can get from triaxial test is more circle given by cell pressure sigma 3, and then you have axial pressure of sigma 1. So if you get both of the data, you can draw the first small circle. So next you can get the second circle, and then the last one will be the last data for your more circle. And then use the concept of linear relationship, and then find the tangent of all of these circle. So you get this line. Find the value of phi, and then whatever intercept the y-axis will be your c. So if you are plotting sigma 3 and sigma 1, this is for total stress analysis. So ending, you get phi u and then cu. Okay, this is for the plot for effective stress analysis. Okay, right now the plot must use sigma 3 dash, and then you have sigma 1 dash. So get this plot, you can get the first circle, you can get the next circle, and then the next semicircle. So the same concept, you need to use ruler to find the linear relationship. You get the phi value, this will be phi dash because you are plotting sigma 3 dash, and then this is c dash. That will be the value for apparent cohesion for effective stress analysis. Okay, the last one will be your UCT. UCT, mostly you are doing UCT test for clay soil, and the real importance about UCT testing that we know that the sigma 3 is equal to 0. So after you do the testing, you get the final value at the failure. Then you can get the value for axial stress. Then next you can draw this circle. And the value for UCT testing is you need to draw the horizontal line that is coincide with the maximum value of this small circle, and then you will read the value of Cu for the value of cohesion, and this is the shear strength parameter of your soil using UCT testing. So the last part, you can put whatever application that related to this experiment, and okay, for each of the testing, the lab test, it has its own application. The same with your Pfizer test. Okay, when mentioned about UU test, CU test, and CD test, it has its own application. So you can fill in this. You can fill in this blank space to explain about the application for application of all of these three lab tests. Okay, this is to show you the overall summary of chapter 3. Hopefully you can fill in everything with details that you need to know, and of course the critical area will be the analysis using the data from different types of testing. From the data you can analyze, and then from the analysis you can get the value of C and P. So that is to conclude for chapter 3. Inshallah we will do for new chapter next week. Thank you.